Over at the lower house ad hoc committee on the Bangsamoro chairman, Rufus Rodriguez, is hoping that more House members will attend deliberations on the proposed BBL. The quorum problem had been hounding the BBL deliberations. This report.
Attendance has been a major cause for the slow pace of deliberations for the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law in the House. It takes time for members of the House to be on the floor to start the debates. As there is a quorum, the opposition, particularly Buhay Party List Congressman Lito Atienza, have opposed moves to proceed unless the required number are on the floor to conduct business. Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, chairman of the House Ad Hoc Committee on the Bangsamoro, is hoping members should give time for the floor debates given the importance of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law in winning the peace for Muslim Mindanao.
We have to wait for some time, and then we have the quorum, and then we start the debate. But we have a problem because after the quorum is declared, after 2 hours, there is a diminishing attendance on the plenary that would elicit from the opposition the call for a quorum. But we appeal to our members that they come for the quorum and stay so that we'll be able to finish with all the interpellation and go to voting.
The possibility is there, but under great difficulties because of the issue of quorum. If you might remember, there are 20 still listed as wanting to interpellate, no? And I am number 6. And so you can just imagine the number of congressmen who would like to examine the law.
The move of the Bangsamoro Transition Commission to restore 22 provisions amended or deleted may face rough sailing in the House. Rodriguez said that while some members of the ad hoc committee support the proposal of the Transition Commission, there is an emerging consensus for the retention of the said provisions to ensure the draft law will comply with the Constitution. The government's peace negotiator, Professor Miriam Coronel Ferrer, is hoping the Rodriguez Committee will review the provisions to be restored since they embody what has been agreed in the Framework Agreement on the Bangsamoro and the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro. However, Rodriguez stressed many of the provisions could be challenged for their constitutionality before the Supreme Court.
We did not change just because for the sake of changing or deleting for just the sake of deleting. We deleted and we amended the previous House Bill 4994 because we believe that these provisions are unconstitutional or they create characteristics of. And so therefore we believe that we are helping the MILF, we're helping the Bangsamoro by having these changes so that the version to be passed will pass constitutional scrutiny by the Supreme Court.
Best scenario, it gets passed in September because that means that you're very clear by October at the time of the filing of candidacy what kind of election will take place in the region, whether it's for the ARM, for the Bangsamoro, or some adjustments even in relation to the elections for that for the regional government. So, and then October, of course, the budget would have to be discussed. By that time, it will have been elevated to the plenary, which means that the plenary will be busy with the budget. So we want the Bangsamoro Basic Law out of the way so that Congress can focus on the budget. The most important bill every year that has to be done.
Concerns were also raised on the decommissioning of MILF forces. House Defense Committee Chairman Congressman Rodolfo Biasen said that if the MILF will participate in the 2016 elections, their forces and firearms should be deactivated to ensure peace and order. Magdalo Congressman Gary Aliano said it should be specified in the block grant that the fund should not cover funding for the Bangsamoro government to secure firearms for its security.
If we pass this law, say October, we will have to ensure that the MILF, if they are going to participate as a political party in the elections next year, must follow the existing laws of the including the law on firearms.
Which is?
which is, you know, you cannot participate as a political party with an armed element.
As long as the funds will not be used in the procurement of arms, ammunition, and explosives, and if they want to allocate it somewhere else, it's fine with me. Because we're talking about security.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.